What brings out the worst in you? Being told I've been told something when I've clearly not. Happens all the time at my job. I have to walk out in the car park and kick the curb sometimes. My boss is a 40-year-old man-child. When people talk down to you and patronize you, I'm grateful receiving any advice/wisdom, but just because I'm younger than you doesn't mean my brain is made of concrete. If someone accuses me of lying when I'm not, it ticks me off so bad. People who pay no mind to the world around them. They stop in front of doors other people need to go through, stop at the end of stairwells, while other people are also climbing up. Don't let passengers get out of the bus/subway first, before they can go in. Make their best effort to cut you while walking/driving, then continue going in front of you as slowly as possible. It takes little to no effort to be a decent human being and comprehend you are not the sole, nor the most important person on this earth. If people hold the door for you, make an effort to at least hold the door yourself and keep it open for the next person. If there is a person who looks like they need a seat more than you do, offer it to them. If someone says good morning or hi to you, at least respond back. I understand no one is entitled or expected to do these things, but they truly go a long way and can only make everybody's day better. Have a nice rest of the day, everyone. Liars, not like a little white lie once in a while, but people who tell bigger lies to get around on a daily basis. If I catch you red-handed, it's not gonna be pretty. And people who don't treat their pets nicely. Even though I'm small of stature, I'm sure as hell not afraid to tell someone when they aren't being good owners. There is nothing worse than seeing a pet who loves their owner unconditionally being treated like shit by them. If I repeatedly ask someone not to do something and they keep doing it. I go to school with this girl who kept drawing dicks on my fogged up car windows and leaving fingerprints and smudges everywhere, and I like to keep my car generally clean. So I kept asking her to stop, which lead to me telling her not to stop when she didn't, when then lead to me screaming at her one day when she kept doing it. Always respect what other people ask you not to do with their own shit, people. OMG, I have something similar where I work. My coworker constantly tries to help by doing part of my job. What ends up happening is he always screws it up. The screw ups don't involve just me. It pisses off the department, the other coworkers, and the customers. I've asked him to stop. He almost quit, saying that I was not the boss. So I asked the boss to tell him to stop 5 times. He didn't. I tried ignoring it. That worked for about 2 months. Then, just yesterday, that annoying coworker told me I needed to fix the problem he created 2 months prior. When I told him he should try to figure it out on his own, because I was not the boss, and to relieve himself of this stress by following protocol, not do that again, he basically told me to fuck off, and he's not going to stop. Here's the bad he brought out in me. I've started the process needed to get him fired. I never in a million years want to be the spark of someone losing his job. But here I am. I filed an official written complaint yesterday, which is step 1. He needs 3 written strikes against him to justify letting him go. I figure by fall, he will be out of work. People being assholes to others who can't defend themselves. My PTSD kicks in, and I just lose it. I got the shit beat out of me on a daily basis through most of my childhood, and any kind of bullying just pushes my buttons. I saw a little kid, like 9 or 10 maybe, punch his 4-year-old brother in the face one time. The little boy just pulled on some toy his brother was holding, so he could look at it. Bam. Right in the face. I just fucking lost it. I screamed at him so loud, people were reaching for their phones to dial the police. Hey, don't you ever hit your little brother. I mean, it was a perfectly reasonable thing to say that most people agree with, but there was so much rage in my voice, the kid went white as a sheet and nearly pissed himself. You never heard a Walmart go so dead silent in all your life. The kid's mom, when she realized I wasn't going to actually harm them, just muttered, "Yes, Bobby, don't hit your brother." But she still bought him that fucking toy. Hence the punching in the face, I guess. I was raised in a lower middle class household. My parents were the most successful of their siblings. All of my aunts and uncles and cousins lived in poverty. None of them had stable jobs. None of them went to college. Almost all of them lived in trailer homes in the South. Most were divorced multiple times or never married. All the women were single mothers at some point. All of the men were paying child support at some point. Not that there's anything wrong with that. They were good people, very friendly and would do anything they could to help you. They were perfectly happy in their socio-economic tract until someone died. Then they fought over that person's possessions. Not for the memories, but for the monetary value of those things. Through a decade of hard work, sacrifice, and luck, I was able to make it to the next socio-economic level. In their eyes, I'm rich. I'm not. But by comparison to them, I guess I am. The only time I see my extended family anymore is for funerals. I've gone to 4 funerals for family members in the last decade, and it's always the same. My cousins, aunts, and uncles arguing over who gets what, when it's all cheap, trivial stuff. I have 2 uncles who no longer talk to each other because of an argument over who got my father's used riding mower. Supposedly, my father told both of them they could have it on separate occasions with the promise that they would keep my mother's yard mowed. They've literally quit talking for 4 years over this stupid riding lawnmower. It's worth, at best, $400. I just want to scream at them. $400 is not worth getting pissed over. Just buy another lawnmower. The days between death and funeral are the worst. That's when everyone comes in from out of town and starts circling like vultures, trying to get what they can before other relatives make it to town. I happened to be one of the first people there when my grandfather died. My aunt, who was living with him in his final days, invited me to take whatever I wanted before your cousins get here. I looked around. I couldn't find anything I wanted. I ended up taking a pair of his suspenders. He always wore suspenders, just as a keepsake. My cousins, when they got there, nearly picked his house clean. To them, everything had dollar signs on it. They couldn't wait to sell his stuff for a few bucks. People who waste my time. I teach politics at university. I have no problem with students who need help, want extra support, or are just overloaded with questions. I love teaching, and I'm more than happy to spend time outside of class, that is unpaid, to help, particularly if you show passion and enthusiasm. If you try, then I will be as supportive and encouraging as I can possibly be. If you turn up and just can't be asked, then leave. Otherwise I'm going to be a complete dick to you. I have no tolerance for people who waste my time or the time of other students. You want to waste your time at university? Fine, you do you. Do not waste my time. Bonus. People who tell me, seriously, that I can't say that. Sorry, what? I'll say whatever the hell I want. If I have said something hurtful or offensive, then politely request that I avoid it. That's fine. Never tell me I can't do something. People who grew up upper middle class with pushover parents who have the audacity to bitch about their loving family who goes along with all their bullshit and takes them to pride parades even though they are LARPing. If this sounds specific, it absolutely is. I've never wanted to punch someone in the face more. She complained to me about how rich her family was and how they owned a boat. See, I would love to be upper middle class instead of living in a ghetto apartment complex where I was chased by 6 to 7 gangbangers who hammered down my door and threatened to do horrible things to me. And on that note, upper class people, we are talking summer homes rich, saying it must have been cool to live in the ghetto. No, it wasn't, bitch. I almost died. Okay, I think I'm done ranting. TL. Doctor. People who fetishize poverty / aren't grateful for what they have. Inept or plain ignorant teammates in competitive matches and games. I'm by no means aggressive in real life or lay hand on someone, and very seldom get loud, but I just can't stand it when X in Overwatch, the dude that picked DPS when we already had 3, then gets like 2 kills and screams at the rest of the team about being useless when losing, or in XGO when they just go solo and camp somewhere to get a few kills and don't support at the actual bomb sites and then have the audacity of calling others noobs. It just drives me up the damn wall and is one of the reasons why I only play team-based games together with at least 2 or more friends in separate voice chat, Discord, etc. anymore. People using some self-proclaimed God-given authority to order people around. Example: Antifa protesters blocked a road in Portland and a man tried to follow the road laws and go straight, but Antifa members blocked the road and was trying to make him go right. https://www.youtube.com/watch v equals mjlylzprvyw. 100% of those people are bad people and deserve a beating. If I was that old man I would lay on the horn until my horn broke or they moved.